So this is Game & Watch Manhole for the new widescreen. Here's the unit. Let's take a look at the clock. Just shows kind of a demo again. Why does it kind of look like they got... Oh, you failed. Wait, was that impossible? It's this wet shirt that he tosses up there for your lives. Was that in the old one? I might have missed that. Well, anyway, let's start with Game Mode A. This one seems kind of similar to the old one. To the old Manhole. Obviously, there's a little more color in this one, but... I'm sure it'll get more hectic, just like the old one. I like how they're just casually walking by. They're not even looking downwards at all. You know, and I always thought we were, like, in the sewers, but I think we're supposed to be, like, there. Like, I thought the whole thing was in the sewers, but I think, this almost looks more like, well, I was gonna say it looks like a bridge, but I don't think that's actually it either. What I think it, wow, I pushed that, but I just wasn't fast enough. What it probably is just, they're on the ground above, and these are the sewer tunnels, and I'm stopping them from falling in. And these two levels are not vertical to each other, but that's just how they look for the sake of the game. That was a really early loss. That's not great. Oh, I forgot to start the timer. Man, I guess I'll have to just do that one in post. Oh, I got too distracted, too. This whole run is a failure. You know what? Drop. I'm not. This run's going nowhere. Thanks. Good night, man. Have a good sleep. This one starts off a little slow, too, to be honest. Oh, that being said, I did fail pretty darn quickly last time. Oh, I somehow missed your first, when you were talking about the last game. Somehow missed that you said that Bowser's throwing the water balloons. I guess they knew the rain was too ridiculous. So I gotta remember, with this one, it's really important that you're there when they arrive. You can leave the moment you hear the noise, and then they float like magicians. But, you've really got to be paying attention to where or who's going to be next, and you have to get there quickly. It's really more about knowing ahead of time where they're going to be or what their order is. Because if you kind of try to do it on the fly, it's really hard to tell, because two people can be one away from the tile, and if you didn't know which went first, then you're not going to be able to know who's going to keep walking first. I need to give you editor privileges. Interesting. I'm not sure what that is, but I don't see why I shouldn't. That would make things a little more convenient for me. Yeah. Okay, getting the hang of it a little more. Getting to 300 could be tough on this one. So I kind of remember this one being a little hard. Oh, if you use Nightbot. Yeah, I haven't set that up at all. But yeah, being able to reduce the downtime between switching games would be nice. Oh, there's a lot going on here. Oh, that one first. Okay. Getting better. He's first, yeah. Then you, then you, then you. Yeah, this one's all about having to stay on top of the order of things. Oh, there's 100. I'm assuming this one's 300. It seems like generally they're pretty consistent across series, and all the new widescreens have been that way. Because like when they jump from 200 to 300 for the life refresh, it was at a series jump from like gold to widescreen or something like that. It is funny, like you pointed out, they were already using new in their titles at this point. The new widescreen. Out so new now. Why do they got? I think it's just supposed to look like a. Is that supposed to be like what is that supposed to actually be? Their ears, a little shine on their head. Just looks like they got a crescent moon on them. Oh, this is getting kind of hectic. Okay. Oh, I moved too early. Oh, that sucks. I shouldn't have failed there. I don't know why I almost messed up there, too. Wasn't even that bad. Ooh. This is getting tough. The death animation is different. The pulling their shirts off and throwing it up there. I don't remember what it was in the original. Yeah, this one definitely feels a little more similar than... Well, I guess the fires were pretty similar, really, when it came down to it. The two versions of Fire that I played. It was just the cement factories that were really different. And even those weren't that different. Getting a little tough. Ooh. That one was hard, but I got it. Woo. So many in a row. Honestly, that wasn't too bad, though. Okay, made it to 200. Only one loss. I can do this. Wait, he's first, right? Yeah. That could be one thing that helps you. It's always going to be the same order on the second step. You just have to watch out for new. I just saw it. Oh, this is bad. Oh, man, this is going to be rough. Seems like, I mean, I'm close, but the hardest stretch is right near the end. So they have no life, so that is really sketchy. Remember how hard it got last time? When I got near 200. Gotta focus. Almost thought I was in the wrong order there. Oh, I should have messed up there, but I got lucky. This one's kind of deceptively hard. Okay. 50 left. Ooh. That was really close. Oh my goodness. My hands are getting sweaty. Oh, man, I'm so close now. If I fail, it's going to be so painful. I saw a message appear, and I am not looking at it till I'm done with this. Oh, there's more. Don't you guys dare distract me. Oh, I did it. Oh, my goodness. I was like, this is getting so hard. What am I going to do? Oh, I did it. Watch this one resets at 300. Pretty sure that the original didn't. Oh, it does. Yep. It's because the original was on a different series. They didn't add... on the silvers didn't have life resets. It's not so much the game that was different. It was the series. They've always been pretty consistent about that. Oh, I got distracted by your message. Yeah, but when it's online, it plays the version difference. Oh, the only version difference? Yeah. I guess they were slightly wrong. Oh my, there's a lot happening. I just saw that. I'm kind of worried about game mode B at this rate, actually. I still got to do that. Yeah, this is getting hard already. I mean, it already was. Oh, I just didn't even see you. What on earth? Okay, that is all for game mode A. I didn't get super far after 300, so I'm a little concerned about B, but I'll do my best. Try to one-shot it, see if I can. I forgot the timer again. Now, if only I could have you start that one, too, that would be nice. But now that's running on my machine. You'd think after 50 games I'd be better at it. And even in B, they gotta start you off slow still. But maybe I shouldn't be complaining. Do I really want it to get hard already? I still have no idea why he's holding that up with his booty. That does not... Well, once again, we're in the land of the lore behind these Game & Watch games make no sense. Maybe there was just a really bad day in the city and all their potholes Broke apart. There's not enough time to replace them. That's all he can do. He's quickly appear from one hole to the next. Yeah, I just realized you're basically just teleporting from spot to spot. Da, 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 da. All Game & Watch games feature teleportation, right? Because everyone moves just in the simple frames. Even these guys are teleporting from spot to spot. Guess there's just a bunch of implied movement happening behind the scenes. I guess you could see it as like that center pole is actually like a circular pole and I'm spinning around it. Or something like that. Or maybe not quite spinning around it, but like... Or like I am spinning around it, but it's also long. It's not necessarily a perfect circle. Because then I think these guys would crash into each other across the middle. Ah, that's a bad mess up. Too early. Bummer. Gotta stop distracting myself. Honestly, these games make for surprisingly difficult stream games in a way, because they're kind of slow paced, so you want to talk more. But if you get too distracted, you mess up. I guess that's true to some level about all games. It just seems especially present in these ones. Something about the way the bricks warp on this one, it's kind of messing with my eyes. Ah! You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try shrinking my screen. See if that helps. Oh, wait, I'm not dead yet, quite. I mean, I'm as good as dead, but... I keep losing to guys that I'm not, like, seeing in the corner of my eyes. So if I have a smaller screen, it might help me. Again, these were designed to be on very tiny screens, not massive monitors. Ugh, that was stupid. Okay, I'm going to try shrinking it, see if that helps at all. Because I kind of got destroyed. Shouldn't appear any different to you guys. I just have to adjust my screen properly. Okay. Let's try again. Game mode B. Wow, this small screen sure is helping me. Brother, can I push 2 and start again? No. Sorry. I don't know. You probably heard that ice crunch. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. All right. Try for reals this time. Don't get distracted. You now have a better view of everything. Even the smallest MAME will let me make this is not even close to as small as the original screens were. Unfortunately, I can't just call it quits here for getting it on Game Mode A, because I've gone back now to all the other Game & Watches and got 300. I got no excuse. And honestly, these might be nothing compared to the Game & Watch galleries, considering some of them require you to get to 1,000 points. I did typically find it a little easier on the modern versions, though, which usually it lets you choose. Or at least the ones I remember playing. The Game & Watch galleries get confusing, too, because, like, the first few Japanese ones were, like, practically different games. Some were even released on separate consoles. So I'm going to be playing a lot of them. For some reason, the US and just the Western ones in general, and the Japanese ones got way off sync, and as a result, they're essentially just different games. So we're not even close to the end of Game & Watch? Nope. In fact, there's Game & Watch games up through the DS. They ported a bunch of them. Not a lot of them, but a good handful of them are on the DS. The DSi, where... That's where I first played them. Ball, Vermin, Flagman. I think a lot of the Silvers were on there. I think Manhole's on there, too. Yep, then we got a bunch of the galleries. Technically, there's the colored ones, too, although I have no idea how I'm going to stream those. Ooh, I almost missed that. Ooh, I almost missed that, too. Whew. I don't know, maybe they'll find a way to emulate them by that point, but they're basically little emulator machines themselves with an operating system of some kind that lets you select games. But maybe people will just be able to dump... Well, except for I don't know how they did, like, the Vermin variation and the Ball variation with Mario and Link's head. I pushed that! I had so little time to actually do that. Wow. I didn't even mess up, like, my brain there. I just wasn't fast enough. I'm surprised. I guess I gotta be a little more on top of it. So I don't know if ever people will fully port the Game & Watch, the colored screen Game & Watches, or if they'll just, or emulate them, or if they'll just emulate the games on it. I think I maybe saw somewhere someone somehow was making an emulation for... Man, there it was again! I had to move more quick than I was able to. Jeez. This one's gonna be really hard. I just gotta move way faster. Can't be casual about it. Made it to 100, but with 2 deaths. Not good. And now it's just slow torture till I get to where it's fast and finally lose. Wish they started just a little faster than they do. Yeah. That's definitely kind of the pattern I've noticed with the Game & Watch. My more favorite ones are the ones that are generally just a bit faster paced. They're not necessarily easier, because getting score quicker doesn't necessarily mean you'll get a better high score, because then the game just gets harder quicker. But I definitely prefer it when they don't have quite this slow of a start. It's not bad or anything, but just a little slow. Yeah. I hate it that I'm doing as well as I am. I would have liked to have just gotten it over with by now. I'm only halfway there. And I have lost 2 lives. Why did it slow down again at 50? Oh! Bummer. Well, it's over now. Try again. Just gotta move the moment they hit. Bah, I can move. That was weird. It seemed like it actually let me hit them out of order that last time, but then I was just too out of it by that point. Kind of interesting. Notice that maybe the reason why they didn't do a D-pad for this one is because it wouldn't give you enough time. With how quickly this one requires you to go from one spot to another. Like they kind of designed the rain one around having to be able to use it quickly. Or, I mean, not having to be able to switch them quickly. At least not as quickly as this one expects you to move around. At least I can say the frequency of Game & Watch will decrease once we finish the classic Game & Watches. When is the first... Like, well, the first non-arcade port NES game is actually coming up soon. When actually is Mario Bros, though? Not Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros. Uh-oh, I see Punch-Out on the arcade is coming soon. I wonder how hard that game is. I could see it being pretty brutal, actually. How much I struggled on the NES one. Hopefully all the work I've done, though, will help me be able to respond a little quicker. You know, on Wii U emulator like before. I just saw there's a Game & Watch game coming up called Game & Watch Squish. I have no idea what that is. I kind of get in this bad habit sometimes of moving to the like rhythm a little more, when sometimes I need to move faster than that. Oh, I saw it wrong. Oh, bummer, man. This one it's just too slow, man. It's hard for me to keep my full attention as long as I actually need to be able to. Is it actually? Or are you just goofing? No, you're making a joke. He does get down pretty low for that duck. Watch this, that's actually true. I'm right about this one already. Losing in the first 100 is always a bummer. Honestly, I kind of like it when they're in a straight line. It's pretty easy. You just go back and forth. Yeah, when it gets closer to 100, you can tell they move quicker. That's part of what makes it so hard. And those times that it caught me off guard with how fast I needed to move, I was still treating it like it was the older speeds. I don't know, maybe I should have just played all these Game & Watches while waiting for the NES. That way I could have done a bunch of NES games in a row. That was almost bad. That's because I was getting distracted. I need a... I have the sheet up behind me with all the games. I need to get rid of it. It's distracting me too much. or behind my window with Game & Watch on it. This is kind of rough. Glad I got that. That was a tricky stretch there. Is that I think they do actually have a harder burst at 50 and then slow it down a little. No, I moved too early. I hate it when I do that. No, I needed that. That's bad. Oh, this is proving to be one of the harder ones. And I didn't start my timer, which means I gotta have to watch this all over again with the timer playing. Maybe I should have just started when I noticed it and then run it up until that point. Kind of funny. I feel like I'm almost noticing I die not during the last stretch because I'm so focused during the last stretch, but right before it. That was scary. Whew. Oh, I got the order wrong. Didn't even get to 200, man. This one is really tough. Here we go again. Actually, wait, let me change the background. To an empty blank notepad. Here we go again. If only these first parts weren't so long. I wonder what could make this one slightly less slow. More points for each step? I don't know if that makes sense. Giving you more guys right away? Maybe make it so you get a bunch of, like, a couple points for them just making it to the end. Although that's basically the same thing as them landing safely on the last tile. Because, like, I was thinking about, what was it, fire. I think fire would have been better if they give you points for every bounce rather than every guy in the ambulance. That would have made him just move quicker. Because the problem isn't really that it's too hard, it's that it takes too long to get to the hard parts. And if you give yourself more points, you'll get to those parts quicker. I just gotta really focus. Problem is, I'm getting a little sleepy now, too, which is probably not helping. I'm not going to get to Mahjong today. I prepped for it and everything. Spoiler alert. I almost missed that. Whew. Glad I caught it. Once again, I almost lost at 50. Something about the 50, man. Ooh, ba, dee, ba. Ba, 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 ba. think I'm just gonna focus in a little harder on this run. Probably won't talk as much. That same trick has gotten me multiple times, and I need to catch it. You can't. It's because I'm trying to get those guys in order. But you can't do that. You have to get the guy in the back. I gotta get better at that. I've noticed now I failed to that multiple times. Made it to 100 again, but once again, I've lost a pesky life during the first 100. I've made it on runs like that, but what's rough is you can't afford to lose one every 100, or before each 100, because that obviously won't win you the game. You'll lose all your lives. But more importantly, it gets harder as you go too, so to lose one at the first 100 is just rough. And then, of course, I have to go through these slow parts at the beginning each time again, too. Why are these guys so dumb? Goofy grins on their faces. Seems like I'm getting better at not having the thing happen where I just don't move quick enough. Ooh. Ooh, that was close on multiple counts. Is that 50 again, man? They released like 60 Game & Watches, I think, at least of the classic ones. Somewhere around there. Okay, I gotta focus. Oh, not quite safe yet. Okay. Ooh, I almost messed it up. It's a good thing they slowed down. Whew. How many have you done? That is a good question. I don't actually know the answer. You'll have to count the one that I've done today. Maybe I need to add, I should add, I don't know how to do it again. That's Nightbot or whatever. A command that can lead people to the sheet with all the info of the games I've beaten. This is the 28th Game & Watch. So I'm almost halfway. Not even yet. Oh, something about the sound. I thought I got the guy on the top. Bummer. Oh, this is actually close. I'm going to focus hard right now. I really want to make this. Holy moly, that was a hard stretch. No. Oh, 292. That's hard. Whoo. Nightbot is pretty good for setting up custom commands like the Streamlab chatbot 2. It's a little more complex to set up. Got it. Yeah, I should set it up. No idea there were so many Game Watch games. Yeah, there's a lot. So close. That last stretch was really hard. They were just throwing so many guys at once. If only I didn't make one of my dumb mistakes earlier. Actually, my second death was on that hard stretch too, so I guess it was just the first death that was really costly that time. Yeah, not only was there a lot, but a lot of them were released pretty close to each other too. A lot of this challenge has been just Game & Watch after Game & Watch so far. In some ways, it kind of makes sense. I think initially they had more success with the Game & Watches than they did with the arcade market up until Donkey Kong. So I think they just started pumping a lot of them out. I mean, this is already a remake or a remaster, whatever you want to call it. They were already doing it within a few years of the original releases. Kind of interesting. I wonder how they decide which ones to, or how they decided which ones to remaster. Like, they never remastered the original Ball, despite the fact that the original, never gave you, it only gave you one life, and game would be, for some reason, counted up by tens. Felt like that one could have actually used the update a little more than some of the other ones. This is harder than the original because the original didn't have a life clearing point, so I only went to 100. But now that I'm going to 300, this one's way more tough. My room's starting to get kind of toasty. Makes me want to snuggle up and go to sleep. No, I should not be thinking about that right now. Ooh, I almost died because I read your message. Hang on, I'm getting to the end of 100 stretch here. Yeah, I guess playing step menu with the loud music will probably help with that a little bit. Not the steady clicking of a Game & Watch game. What's tough about this one is just like you have to be there for them when they move. There's not a whole lot of window of grace. Like some of the ones, like one in particular I'm thinking of is because of like Snoopy Tennis and Fire Attack had you actually pushing a button to swing. You actually had quite a big window of when you could actually line up your thing, whatever, your objective. Unlike this one where you just have to be there the moment they move, or else it's into the gutter. Straight lines are nice, but when they start throwing in another person on the other side while you're going through a straight line, it becomes way quicker. I mean, way more difficult. This is a good run. I think this is the first time in Game Mode B I've gotten to 100 without losing a life, so that's good. There's hope for me yet. Another straight line. Okay. Keep focused. You got this. Almost missed that one. Ugh, I don't like this. That was a hard stretch. Halfway there. Though that's the kind of spot that would get me sometimes, but I made it through. Whew. That one was also kind of tough, man. This one's just surprisingly tough. Then it just seems like you're in control, and then all of a sudden, plop. Okay, that is 200 without a single death. This is a very good run. I need to focus. Don't lose sight of the goal yet. Ooh. That was a tough stretch. It's still a tough stretch. Ooh. Oh, that was so hard, but I'm so glad I got that without failing. Whew. Do this, I can keep it up. I'm on fire. Looking good. No deaths, even at 286. Let's go. I just saw that. No. Come on. Okay, I can't fail now. Can you imagine? 11 left. Oh, that was so fast. Okay, now this is all of a sudden really bad. Come on, game. Yes, I did it. I'll just let you fall for all I care. Whoo, that one was hard. Oh. Ugh. I'm just gonna take it there. I'm not even gonna see how far I got. I'm done with this one. Oh, now I gotta have to rewatch all that with the timer going. Man.